Bonjour, motivation of the day. All right, so what I'm going to be talking about, you see what I'm holding right here. What I'm going to be talking about is definitely motivating, but it's also about you and I and all of us being focused on wellness. Now, if you're on my IG page, then you know that I definitely post a lot of foods that is healthy. I try to eat healthy all the time. Now, the struggle that I do have, and I'm just going to keep it real, is that I definitely have a struggle with sweets, maybe donuts and things of that nature. Cookies and donuts is like something that is mastering me. Now, there's a scripture that says a man is a slave to whatever hasn't mastered. And what does that mean? Well, let me give you an example. You are a slave to sleep. You have to have sleep. You are a slave to food, so it masters you. You know. But you say, well, how can I be a slave to it if I need it to survive? But the thing is that you need it. That means that it has mastery over you. And you need it to have sound mind. You need to sleep to have sound mind. You need food in order to survive, in order to live, So now, is that a bad thing? Not necessarily bad, but if you have other things that are in your life that is mastering you, like me letting you know that I struggle with sweets, then, and I'm an emotional eater as well. So when the struggle is on, when the pressure is on, when stresses and anxiety and traumas or anything that may come into my life where the struggle is on, then guess what? I'm an emotional eater. So I will end up getting, I end up getting like things like bread, not bread that you would just, get bread. But if I go get a pizza, that's bread. If I go get cookies or get something like a donut, then I'm finding comfort for myself in the midst of the struggle. So what it is that I do on a regular basis, at least once a week, if not more, but definitely quarterly, I do an overall detox for the body. Well, at least quarterly, what I do a quarterly detox, which is a parasite detox, which helps me to curb those type of, parasites that we all get just throughout life. Parasites is a normal thing that you get on a regular. So just think, if you don't think that you've touched anything or you've eaten anything to get parasites, then you're delusional, because the truth of the matter is that parasites are on everything. Some of them are just more dangerous than others. But how do you cleanse yourself and you purge and flush out your intestines, your large and your small intestines, and your abdominal cavity? How do you flush this thing out? Well, there's one parasite detox that I do quarterly, which is, there's several of them that really work, but the one that I use and the one that I do is actually a parasite detox with Himalayan salt. And how that works is that you get 16 ounces of water and you put 4 tablespoons, not teaspoons, but 4 tablespoons of Himalayan salt, and you drink it. And after you drink that, then you take the rest of the water, because you want to drink at least a gallon of water. You take the rest of the water from out of the 16 ounces. You take the rest of that water and you just chug it. And you just chug it. Why is that needed and why is that necessary? It's because salt, even though Himalayan salt is beneficial to you, it has like 92 minerals in it. It's definitely not going to create high blood pressure and things of that nature. I always cook with Himalayan salt or Celtic salt, things like that, pure sea salt, things like that. If you consume that and you cook with that and you do things with that, then you actually benefit. One thing you want to eliminate from your diet as much as possible is all white starches, white potatoes, white breads, pastas, sugar, processed salts, processed pastas. I mean, anything that is white, you want to eliminate it. If it has color to it, especially your produce, your vegetables and your fruits and things like that, is always beneficial. But as far as a parasite detox, that's what I do. Now, why am I talking about all this, and why did I just went down that road? Because I just wanted to drop a little bit of nuggets on you and a little bit of wisdom on you, so you can, consider that. That way, once you get the parasites out of your body, you will notice that you're going to be able to curb that hunger or that desire to feed. Because parasites, when you have parasites in your body, you think that you're craving or you're hungry for something, but it's the parasite inside of your gut, inside of your intestines, that needs to be fed. So it's giving you a craving for sweets, starches, pastas, things like that, anything of that nature. It gives you that craving because that's what it eats on. So on a quarterly basis, or if I feel that my body is really going through a high level of craving these sweets and these breads or pizza and things of that nature, then I know that I have parasites in my gut, in my intestines, and I need to flush it out. So if you've never done a parasite detox, if you do this particular parasite detox, trust and believe, you're going to have to stay in the house for at least the entire, well, put it like this. If you do it, this is how I normally do it, so you can gauge the process of how it's done. First thing in the morning, I'll go ahead and make my parasite detox Himalayan salt water. The 16 ounces, 4 to 5 tablespoons of Himalayan salt. Put it in a blender, blend that thing up, and just chug it. Just drink it. And I'm going to tell you, if you've never drinking salt just one-on-one like that, oh my God, it's terrible. Woo, man, just thinking about it. But the thing is, as a mature man, see, once you get to a place of maturity, and once you get to a place of knowing that you have to keep yourself healthy, you don't focus on the taste. You do what is good for the body. So you just chug it, you drink it. Now, the rest of the water, the gallon of water, I just drink it for the rest of that morning. And between 6 in the morning, when I first drink the parasite detox water, until about 12 to 1, maybe 2 o'clock that afternoon, I stay in the house. Why? Because as soon as you drink that and then you start drinking that water, behind it, you're going to be in the bathroom flushing your system. And if you've never done this, trust me, there's going to be things that will come out of you that you never even anticipated experiencing, and it's not going to be good. And so I'm going to leave it there, because it can get real graphic, it can get real smelly, but that means that you definitely need to flush out your system. And I'm gonna tell you, if you've never done it, you need to do it. You have to do it, and you need to do it on a regular basis, at least quarterly. Every 3 to 4 months, you need to go ahead and do that, because parasites are everywhere. Just grabbing a door handle, and plus we're in a pandemic right now. If you eat fruits, eat different foods, eat different vegetables, of course we clean it as best we can, but some parasites. And then if you eat pork, and if you eat other type of things, and you eat other type of meats nowadays, because even the foods, the poultry and all of that stuff, the way they breed, our farm animals and you know, and try to push that stuff out on a regular basis to meet all of the need of every different store across the world, across the whole entire country and different states, and even in your local area. You could go to any fast food, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Wendy's, and you can get a chicken burger. You can get some type of chicken. You can get some type of burger. I mean, come on, that's pushing it out. And then if you go to a restaurant, then if you go to a mom and pop, you know, diner or something like that, how does all that stuff get replenished? And you go to a Chinese restaurant. I mean, anywhere you go, you can get these things on a regular. So they have to push this stuff out on a regular, so you know that it's not healthy. So you have to, it's very beneficial to detox, especially a parasite detox. And if you having cravings, then that parasite is definitely in you. So anyway, I say all that because I wanted to, you know, just drop that nugget on you. But this is what I have right here. This is my daily healer. This is a detox as well. It's a pineapple apple fruit drink. It's pulpy because it's all, you know, I don't juice it. I blend this thing up. And I also have other things that's in here that makes it delicious. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put a label on it and once I market this and once I put it out there, you know, of course I have to put all the ingredients on there. But let me tell you something. This right here heals the entire body and it flushes you out. Oh, I forgot to mention, when you do your Himalayan salt parasite detox, the reason for the rest of the water is to flush out the salt. Why is that needed? Why is that beneficial? What is the importance behind that? It's because salt that stays in the body will crystallize. That's how you get bladder stones. That's how you get gallstones. That's how you get kidney stones. And you can ruin your organs if you don't flush it out. And this is one of the important reasons why you should drink water on a regular basis anyway. But even this right here is pulpy. It's pulpy, but it's so rich. And the way I make it, and the reason why I make it, is because right now, of course, people are concerned about different types of flus. We're in, you know, allergy season. You know, we're high pollen. There's a lot of stuff that's going on, and then we have, you know, the different viruses that's out there. You know, we got the C virus. Then we got the other types of viruses, as far as pneumonia or any of those type of things. And there's a couple of other things that I think that I should share with you that is beneficial for cleaning out your sinuses, cleaning out your ears, cleaning out all of that area. There's certain things that I recommend to those that I mentor and those that I teach, so that they, you know, seasonal, you know, they don't have these struggles. I used to have bronchitis. Well, you can get healed of bronchitis. Let me just let you know that bronchitis, once you get bronchitis or once you get pneumonia and it goes deep, once you get that particular germ, you get that particular intruder, that bacteria, once that thing is in your lungs, when you go to the doctor, they give you antibiotics, but it doesn't kill the bacteria. It doesn't kill that germ. It just allows it to become dormant inside the body. That's why when I had bronchitis, when I first got it, every year after that, I would get sick, because if it was a perfect storm and the perfect environment, it will ignite it and allow it to get going again. So, but now I've healed myself. Natural remedy to heal myself of that particular bacteria in my lungs, and I don't experience that any longer, which is a blessing. And so these are some of the things that I share. These are some of the things that I put out there for those that I mentor, those that I empower, those that want to really live a healthy, well life. So this right here is what I'm going to be putting on the market soon. You want to be able to get this. Trust and believe. You drink this at least 2 to 3 times a week. And this right here, when I make this particular container, I fill it up with so much of its fruits and ingredients that I put in it that it actually needs to be it's so rich that it actually you can get at least 2 of these out of one, because you have to, kind of pour half of it out in something and then, mix it with water. But this one I already poured half of it out, so I filled the other part up with water to dilute it. It's necessary because it's so rich, but it doesn't lose its flavor because I make it so rich, and it's so tasty. It's so delicious. I'm telling you. Oh man, you'll love this. I love drinking this when I work out, and when I want to, and it's an energy drink. It wakes you up. It gets you going. But it's not like if you want to drink it and you just want to chill, you can just chill. But it's going to put you in a state of harmony and peace because your body's getting the nutrients and it's flushing you out. And so after you drink something like this, it would definitely be beneficial because this is high fiber because it's pulpy. All of the pulp is in there, so it's gonna flush out and clean through your digestional tract as well. So that's going to be beneficial. But let me give you one more nugget. I'm gonna give you one more nugget. This is something that I've noticed with a lot of men and women that I've seen. If you bloat, if you have a big gut, you have a big gut. 2 things you're going to have to consider. One, you're definitely going to have to do a detox because you got to flush out your large and your small intestines. So that will be beneficial. But also, I noticed that people just don't have a big belly, or they're not big in that. They don't just need a detox, but because of the foods that they've eaten and the spices and the different things that they consume, I noticed that a lot of people are bloated like that, but they don't know what the benefit or what will actually heal them of that in their stomach. And it is in your abdominal cavity. Probiotics. Now, I went to pick up some more probiotic last week. Do you know one of the best probiotics that I used to get? The brand was by American something, American Industrial, American something. They don't sell it any longer. It's off the market because it was so good. It was so rich. And it was so beneficial. I had messed up my stomach lining, and I needed to restore my stomach and heal my stomach back up because once I messed my stomach lining up, and if you got ulcers, if you got things of that nature, now I'm not a doctor. I'm just giving you what I know works, and I'm self-taught. I've done all this because once I left corporate America, there were times where I didn't have health insurance and I needed to keep myself healthy, and I needed to make sure that I didn't have issues where I needed to go to the doctor or things of that nature. So I started doing a lot of research and doing a lot of home remedies, of natural remedies that can really heal myself and cleanse myself and really get my body back to full optimum condition. So yeah, you want to get some probiotics. Now I just tried a new probiotic that I purchased from Whole Foods. It was okay. I can't really determine because right now when I drunk it, it was cool. It didn't do anything it didn't make me feel bad. It didn't do anything to me, but I'm not really sure the results at this particular point. So I need to kind of sit on it for a while. I just got one little small container, just one serving. So I drank that, and I just wanted to see what it was, because they took the one that I normally get off the market. It's not there any longer. So if you have bloating issues, if you have stomach issues, if you feel like you're having some issues there, how you can restore the lining of your stomach, because it's so needed. Everything goes into the stomach and it has to break it down, but the gastric acid of your stomach is not strong enough to break down the foods that we consume, especially some of the foods that we're eating now, and what's being put on the market is not even healthy food. Some of it is plastic, and they're not even telling us that. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys ever seen some people, taking cheese and putting fire to it, and it doesn't even melt, and things like that. So, I mean, I don't even eat cheese. That's something that you want to remove from your diet. Definitely cow's milk you want to remove from your diet. Pastas and whites, refined product you want to remove from your diet. And I'm just throwing these things out there, but ultimately what I wanted to say, I just wanted to give that to you, because maybe somebody is having some struggle with their abdominal area, and they feel bloated, and they having pains in their stomach, and every time they eat or every time they drink, soon as they consume something, their stomach will swell. That's what happened to me, because I messed up my stomach lining. And so every time I would just drink something, especially if it was something that had that it had like the bubbles from soda, and I don't drink soda, but sometimes you can get those carbohydrate type of water, and soon as I consume it, my stomach just swelled up, and it was like, whoa. And then I started having a couple of pains. So I was like, man, how can I heal myself? So I didn't really know what to do. And I just began to quiet my spirit and meditate and ask for divine direction. And I had bought this probiotic several months ago, and something just led me to go ahead and drink some. I just put it there because I just wasn't using it, but I had it, and some said, go ahead and drink that. And do you know, that's how I came across that probiotics really that healthy bacteria helps build your stomach lining back up. And so now I'm all good. And so now when I do these things and I have probiotics on a regular, I just consume it. And I get the liquid kind. I don't get the pills, because the pills, it has to break down. And you don't want it to leave your stomach and go into your intestines before it has an opportunity to get broken down. So I just consume the liquid. That's just for me personally. But if you want to take pills and you feel that that's better, then, and if it works for you, then hey. But definitely probiotics is needed. And then if you're having cravings, you want to do a parasite detox, but be on the lookout. This is, I don't even have a name for it at this particular point, but it's delicious. And when I work out, or when I need to just empower myself, or because we're in allergy season, things like this is necessary and needed. And in addition to things of that nature, in my home where I live, you got to get a air filter. You got to cleanse your home, because when you're in your home and the light goes through your window a certain way, and based on the angle, you see all the dust that's in your house and that's just floating in the air. Well, that's there all the time. It's just that you just happen to be in a position where the light is hitting it and you're seeing the dust. Like right now, all of this pollen that's loading up on your car, it's in the air. You're breathing it. So right now, having a mask on is actually beneficial. but you're breathing that. So if you don't cleanse your sinuses, if you don't cleanse your lungs, if you don't cleanse out your body right now, then you are going to be more prone to getting sick and having issues. I don't have allergies. I don't deal with any of that stuff because I do a detox on a regular basis. I drink this regularly. I do a quarterly detox for parasites and things of that nature. So I just wanted to drop that on you. Be on the lookout for this. Be on the lookout for this. This is going to be a lifesaver. Trust me when I tell you. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. Yeah, you guys have an amazing day. I'm getting my workout in. It's a little chilly. The wind is blowing. But hey, I got my mask. I'm going to go out there and keep getting my workout in. All right? You guys be best.